my name is China.
Hi, I'm Jaree.
And I'm Ruth, and today we are missing our girl Raina, but she will be back in next week's episode, so stay tuned. Today's episode is titled Ice Intentions. We're going to be talking about fake love, people showing us fake love, and maybe fake love in the music industry. So let's get to it. When you all hear of like fake love, what do you all think about it? Is it like your frenemy, your friends, people sneak dissing you? How do you feel about fake love?
It just makes me think of people that probably want something from me. So they're just kind of showing me whatever they think I want to, telling me whatever I want to hear at the moment so they can get something out of me.
Yeah, I agree with Chana. Or like those people that, I know some people, they have their own lives and you don't hear from them for a while, but I feel like some people, they check in on you when like something random happens and then it's like you never hear from them again. So just kind of things like that.
I definitely agree with you all. For me, it's just I don't know. I have really good intuition, I would say. So people's true colors are always going to come to light eventually. So I just sit back and see how things play out. But for me, I try not to think of people as fake initially until they prove me wrong. Have you all had to like have you all spotted a fake friend or fake love before, and how did you deal with it? Did you cut them off? Do you still talk to them but not as much? Like, how do you all do it?
It's definitely happened to me before. And, I don't talk to them a lot. If they message me, I'll respond, but I'm not going out of my way. But also, I don't want to be mean and just completely cut them off and be cold.
Yeah, I don't really give them too many chances. Once, I've been scorned once, it's over.
Which is good for like both of you all. For me, I do give people chances, but once you run out of those chances, it's hard for us to like rekindle that friendship or relationship. Um, have I ever cut people off? Yes, but it was like I kept giving you chances over and over, and you didn't act right. So, also, do you know how we're talking about fake friends? Have you all noticed yourself kind of being shady a little bit? Or, because like sometimes it's good to like check on ourselves a little bit.
That actually happened to me. I caught myself like 2 years ago being shady, and it was like my job I got after graduating college. And so I had met two friends from work, and one girl, she kind of would sneak this when everybody was around, and then it was just me and her. She was fine. So then I caught myself like being shady towards her when it would be like groups of people, but it took me months, and I kind of feel bad now that I did it, because I guess that was like my way of trying to cut them off. But now I'm just like, you could have just told them you didn't mess with them, like you didn't want to be friends and things like that.
I've definitely had to check myself of being a fake friend. For me, especially in my younger years, college days, I would prioritize my goals and success over some relationships. So if people wanted to like hang out, I would say like, oh, I have to study, or oh, I have to like do this applications and stuff. So I really do feel bad about those years. And I'm glad that I am able to check myself in some relationships and do better. So when you cut people off, do you ever feel bad, or do you end up missing that relationship, or you end up getting over it?
I don't typically feel bad because I love myself. And if you treat me bad, there's nothing else that needs to be said there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think like maybe if like a photo, I might reminisce like, oh, I was having fun with them. But as far as feeling bad or things like that, I'm just like, no, because obviously you did something for me to have to cut you off.
I end up feeling bad, but as like the days and years progress, I'm like you did nothing really for me. Now, when it comes to success, a lot of like celebrities hit a certain level of fame and money and success, and they always end up saying they never changed, the people around them changed. How do you all feel about that? Like celebrities calling out back in the day old time friends fake for acting different now because of their success?
I think it does have some truth to it though, because I feel like when you know you're successful or you get a little bit of money, people think that you owe them something. I really feel like, you know, if it's happening to me, who I'm not a celebrity or anybody special, but if it's happening to me, I definitely think it's happening to celebrities. Like people are coming to them like, you owe me something, like I put you on and things like that.
It's always that I put you on, but it's like sometimes the celebrity doesn't change, you change, because back in the day you never used to ask that friend for anything, so why are you doing that now? You know, like just keep that same energy. And that, like sometimes that's why I don't like to receive handouts from people, because I'm like, maybe they're going to use this against me in the future, and I'm like, that's not how this should go at all.
So, what would you all do right now if one of your besties went up overnight and was a celebrity and had access to networking opportunities or, just start up for a new business? How would you all leverage that without looking like you're trying to use them, be a gold digger or something?
Ooh, that's tough. Honestly, for me, like I know where I want to be in life, and I know that working hard will get me there. So I don't think I would ever ask someone to put me on. And also, I have a lot of pride. So, like, if someone invited me to an event, I would say, like, oh, okay, but I don't think I could ever say, hey, can you take me to this event so I can network? But that's just the pride in me.
I feel the same way. Like if someone invited me to an event or like a networking event, I'd be like, yeah, like let me see if I can fit it in my schedule. But I don't think I would like beg someone like, please take me or like please hit me to like this person and things like that. I sometimes feel like that's kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong words because I know that there's probably people out there that they've asked their friends to put them on. But for me, I just personally would say no, unless, you know, they offered to invite me somewhere or to introduce me to someone.
Right. Um, were you gonna say something, China, or no?
I was just gonna say that, like, I think it's true what you all are saying, especially being like just prideful. Like, I can do it. I'm independent. I don't need you. But I think even though if you have a friend that ends up becoming a celebrity, they probably are gonna be more like, I don't know, just watchful and protective of themselves to make sure people aren't using them. I think if they know you and they know that you're prideful, they'll probably like do something for you anyways without you asking because they know you wouldn't ask in the first place if they really wanted to help you, I guess.
And even going back to that, so let's say you have like a clothing line, or your friend has a clothing line and you got invited to New York Fashion Week or Paris Fashion Week. And you know your friend has a clothing line, they're trying to be put onto the game. Are you a bad friend if you don't invite your other friend to the New York Fashion Week or Paris Fashion Week, even though you know they love fashion as well?
It depends. Are you in a situation where you can't invite them? Like, are you in a PR relationship and your other half has to go? Are you in a situation where the attention just needs to be on you? Like, what would be the reason why they couldn't come or they couldn't be invited?
Like you never even asked at all. Just like you were going somewhere and you were talking to an agent, but you never asked that agent, hey, can I bring a friend? Is that kind of fake or not really?
That's hard. But I guess even if they didn't get the opportunity to do that, just hope that next year you're still relevant and they can go then, or offer to do something for them different fashion wise. Like you're going to be having a campaign coming up and they can come be in some of the pictures with you or something. I don't know.
And in the era of the LLC or a lot of people becoming business owners, I see a lot of people saying strangers are more willing to support my work than like close friends or family. How do you all feel about that?
I feel like it's kind of true because for a while I went to start with my own little painting business and I had posted it on social media. I asked my family to share it and literally it was strangers that were sharing my work and not family. And I also definitely hear people say like, you know, when they start companies and businesses, like family and friends ask for discounts, but they wouldn't go to Kroger and ask, you know, for half off of like this meat if it's not on sale or something like that.
That's a word. Me and my sister, we were talking about Telfar. And I remember Beyonce holding one of his bags, and people were like, oh my gosh, the prices better not go up. Woo, woo, woo. I was a part of those people. But then my sister were like, a lot of people are willing to spend bands like 3K for a Louis bag or Chanel purse, and they don't be asking for a discount. Like, even if the prices for these items go up, they don't say nothing. So, how come we're doing that to our own people? You know? But it's just hard.
I don't know. I see like some of the posts and I feel really bad for people because, they're like, this is my only income. And yet, like, you're disrespecting me by asking me to reduce my payment or, my price by half or to do it free. And it's like, I can't keep giving handouts because that's taken out of my plate and stuff like that.
For sure. But I just feel like we should all support our friends and our family. It's not, oh, and I also saw a tweet. It was like it costs $0.00 to retweet or repost someone's work. And that is so true because sometimes I'm on the look for like graphic tees and stuff. And when I see other people's retweets, it lets me go to their website and just look at what they have. So just those little kind of support matters. It doesn't have to be monetary, but just always supporting your friend in the background always helps a lot. Now, on the topic of fake love, our favorite Certified Lover Boy released his album Labor Day weekend titled Certified Lover Boy. But how do you all feel about Drake's new album?
Future and 21 Savage and Project Pat carried. Other than that, kind of mid album. He's like 42, still talk about the same thing. But Way Too Sexy is about.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to a few songs. My favorite one is Coffee's Home. But like Chana said, I feel like he's a little too old to be singing about the things that he does. It kind of gave me like 2009-ish vibes. I think it's kind of, the album's a little bit overrated. I'm sorry. But there's a few good songs on there.
I agree. So I listened to the entire album. Again, I do like Way Too Sexy with Future. Future and Drake always just make bangers, toxic bangers, but they're fire. And I also like the song with Lil Wayne and Rick Ross. I love Rick Ross. He's smooth. He's really good. But overall, I thought the album was pretty simple. I don't know, like I just like the turn up music, but I wasn't a fan. One thing about Drake though, his album and songs always grow on me like months to come. So who knows how I'll feel in about 6 months. The cover art though, the cover of the album. How do you all feel about that? Like Drake, why you got a lot of pregnant ladies on your album?
I honestly thought that he was trolling because the album cover came out, I think, before the album did. So like I kept seeing people repost that on Instagram. I'm like, there's no way this is his album cover. And then I saw it and I was like, oh, okay. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know like the representation of it or the meaning, but I feel like he's definitely trolling in some type of way and it's gonna come out.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, why are you feeling happy about getting a lot of women pregnant, assuming that's what the album cover was insinuating? Like, I'm just like, he's so childish.
So I just like a lot of conspiracies or just researching things. And I think I sent you out a TikTok video of someone saying the album cover represented like Kanye's baby mama because him and Kanye had beef. And I also saw this one that made sense. They were like, Drake was supposed to release his album 9 months before. So the reason why, you feel me? And like he also dropped it on Labor Day weekend, and my brain was like,
he ate that a little bit, or his marketing team ate that a little
they
bit.
did that. If that's what really was it, like they did that. They went off. Do you all think Drake is a certified lover boy though? Like I feel like he's kind of like he's a player that tries to disguise him as a lover boy.
I don't know. One of the hard things about Drake is we've heard Take Care, so we've seen that he has a vulnerable side, or I don't know, whoever's writing for him has a vulnerable side, but like he still just seems so superficial. And I find that a lot of celebrities have that problem because they grow up in the industry, they're aging in the industry, and they don't really have to like really evolve because they keep getting rewarded for bare minimum.
Are you all shocked about the longevity career Drake has had? Because I was listening to Drake back in '08 in middle school, Young Money, Cash Money business days. And he's still here. Like, Drake is definitely not lazy in my eyes.
I definitely didn't think that, like, 12, 13 years later, he was still going to be making like #1 hits and people were going to go crazy over his albums. Cause like Ruth said, Young Money days, I thought that was going to be the edit, like, the end of it all. Cause, most of the people, what song, I think it was like Bedrock, I haven't heard from a lot of those people that were on that song. So I kind of thought it was going to be like a fad, but he's doing his thing.
For sure.
I remember having, I don't know if they were English professor, but it was one of my professors. And I remember them talking about another colleague friend that they had, like what was one of the biggest mistakes that they had. And this was a music professor. And they said one of the biggest mistakes that they made was like not really getting more involved with Drake and his uprise because they had access and they could have been involved in his team and stuff. And they were like, who's this lame dude, he's not gonna pop off. And then he did, and they were like, that's one of the biggest mistakes that I ever made.
That's definitely a mistake. I would be sick. But Drake definitely changed the music industry though, because in 2008 he came out with like singing and rapping, and I didn't know that.
I think Kanye did that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that is true though. That is true. But I don't know. Drake, do you think Drake and Kanye are similar? I feel like they're different. Kanye is more of like artistic.
Yeah, Kanye's more creative, original. He's crazy, but definitely more creative and original.
But one thing that I do love about Drake, he always shouts out Dwayne Carter. Like he's gonna ride for Lil Wayne forever. And I'm actually really shocked that like Nicki Minaj, Drake, Lil Wayne, they're still close, because back in like, this might date me a little bit, but like G Unit days, I don't know if they even hang out at all. But like Young Money, they still ride for each other a little bit. And I think that's so cool. Speaking of Kanye, he also released Donda. Did you all listen to that album at all?
A couple of songs, kind of the same thing with Drake. You see a couple songs pop off on TikTok or just, that, and then you listen to those.
I'm scared to listen to Donda. I ain't even gonna lie.
I listened to like a few songs, but it was literally like the first 10 to 15 seconds. I just haven't been into Kanye for a while now, and I apologize to all the Kanye fans, but yeah.
What he did before the album release was kind of like insane to me. He was having like, what was it, even like listening parties? I don't even know what that was.
I think that's what it was, but like the whole leading up to it, living in the stadium, that was very weird. Everything he does is real theatrical though,
so theatrical. And that's my one of my biggest pet peeves. I'm like, Kanye, why did you have to live in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium? Like, that is so extra. But I saw this TikTok of Kanye like hitting one piano key of like Runaway, and the whole crowd went crazy. And I'm like, that's powerful, you know?
I had saw someone post, I guess it was like his last show or listening party, and he like caught himself on fire, and I was just like, what in the world? I just thought that was so crazy, so dramatic, but it had the crowd going crazy, and I'm just like, I guess whatever gets the people going. And then I don't know if it's really Kim that was in the dress, but I thought that was kind of interesting too.
Kanye's definitely gonna do things that make you talk. He's just so creative, and that's what I really appreciate, because rappers nowadays are just rappers, but Kanye is kind of on a different level than like the rappers we have today.
True.
Yeah.
But what did you all think about him supposedly leaving people off the album or using people's voices without notifying them, paying them for publishing or anything like that? Did you guys hear about that with Chris Brown? Soldier Boy, Bree Babineau, I think it is. She's a gospel singer.
I didn't hear about that, but I could totally see Kanye saying, like, I don't give a crap what you all think. This is my album. But also, why are people getting offended like Chris Brown, Soldier Boy? Like, you guys, do you automatically feel like you deserve to be on a Kanye album? Baby, there's levels to this. I'm sorry, but you're just not that.
I understood their frustration because they're taking their time off their day, or this is their hard work and stuff like that, and then they're left off the album. I don't know if they signed any like contract or anything, but I would probably be a little bit salty, like, man, I just came to the studio, I did this, and there's a whole different person on the album. And then for the gospel singer, I really feel bad for her because she didn't find out until people were like tweeting her and telling her like, this sounds like your voice, and then she hasn't got any money, any recognition, or anything.
Oh, I didn't know that's what happened. So wait, can Kanye do that? I guess so.
Hard with like YouTube because I think it was a viral video of her singing and he used that from that. So sometimes with what they'll do is they'll reach out to say if someone uploaded it on YouTube, they'll reach out to the video channel owner and like pay them or take care of them that way. They don't even try to see who the actual person is in the video. So I feel like it's really hard using like viral clips as like sound bites in songs. I wouldn't do it because Drake did the same thing. There was black cheerleaders, right? And he used their chant and it was like, that's messy. But someone had said that he had reached out to the YouTube channel owner that had uploaded their video, but they didn't have any connects to those cheerleaders. They didn't get paid. So it's messy.
But I'm also very curious why Drake used that particular cheerleading video. People are like, is this Bring It On? Like, I'm kind of confused here. I listened to it, but I'm like, I don't know how that went with the album or the song. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe we have to analyze Drake's album more and Donda more, but the music industry is popping off these few weeks. With another upcoming album, we have Lil Nas X coming out. Do you guys listen to Lil Nas X or just hear about most of the controversy things he be doing?
The only song I listened to, I forgot. It was like the country song.
Old Town Road, yeah.
Yeah, that was the only song. But I just hear about the controversy, like, Boosie wakes up with Lil Nas on his mind. And then like sometimes, Lil Nas is just trolling everybody, but I really don't listen to his music and I don't really know why. But that's really the only song that I know of his.
Yeah, I'm not super into pop music as much as I am R&B hip hop, but I'm always happy to hear about a Black person doing pop music or having success. He still seems to be at the top of the charts, despite the fact that people thought he's gonna be a one-hit wonder. So I'm happy for that, even though I'm not streaming.
I did also think he was going to be a one-hit wonder, but because he makes hits, but he also knows how to back them up, keeping his name relevant. Again, even his promotion, he did this whole pregnancy thing where he he had like an ultrasound and like maternity pictures, and he was calling this album his baby. And I'm like, okay, like I feel you, but like I kind of don't.
I saw something on Instagram. It showed like Barack Obama had sent Lil Nas X like some baby clothes and stuff like that. I don't know if it's really true, but Lil Nas X posted it on his page. He was like, "Thank you, Obama."
I know Boosie is shaking. Why does Boosie keep trolling Lil Nas X to keep himself relevant or just to pick on other people? Because Boosie's messy.
He is. And it kind of bothers me sometimes because, to an extent, you can control what your kid listens to, watches, and he's so worried about what Lil Nas X does or what other people do. And it, sorry, I can't think of the word. But basically, he's like so worried about his kids going to be like homosexual if they watch something. And I'm just like, but the music you promote isn't that great either. And it's like you can easily, control what your kids watching. Maybe not when they're in their teens, but definitely when they're younger. Like you can put on all these access passwords so they don't listen to that or watch the videos. So it's just kind of triggering because I'm like, he definitely has said something about buying a person for his younger son. And I just feel like he doesn't think that's strange.
I agree. I think it's closet. First of all, I think he's closeted, and second of all, which is fine if he is, but why do you have to attack other people, right? And then I also think that him talking about Lil Nas X is the first bit of like notoriety that he's gotten in a while since he's been like released from prison or whatever. So it keeps his name on Google searches, Google hits.
Definitely. I'm still laughing about what Raina said. She was like, Boosie wakes up and just starts talking about Lil Nas X. Like, have you even brushed your teeth? Like, I freaking fell out of my chair when she said that. So funny. Anything else you all would like to talk about?
How do you all feel about Chloe? Have mercy.
Okay, she popped off. So at first I was like, Chloe, why are you like doing this, over sexualizing yourself? But I kind of understand why she did that, to like transition herself from like a little teen star to a woman. Have Mercy popped off. I like the video, I like the outfits, I like the vocals. It was definitely giving Chloe vibes. And I do feel bad sometimes having to compare her to her mentor Beyonce, but Chloe did her thing.
You know, it definitely looked like it, but that's not a bad thing to be inspired by Beyonce, especially since the performers of the day don't even deliver. So I'd rather her be inspired by Beyonce than.
Yeah, definitely.
The VMAs are coming on tonight. Today's the 12th. We're feminists on the 12th. So excited to see Chloe perform. I think Normani might perform. And I think Doja Cat will be hosting and performing. So, you know, those girls are going to deliver.
I saw something that said Normani was left off the VMA performance.
Well, she was going to. Well, dang.
Okay. Because people were like, her team is playing her if she's left off.
Yeah.
We're gonna see. We are gonna see. We're definitely gonna talk about it next episode, probably. And R&B, the girls are killing it. R&B killing it, hip hop killing it, pop killing it. I'm happy. Anything else you all would like to talk about? All right. Well, thank you all again for watching our episodes. We appreciate all the love and the support, and we will talk to you all later. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.